I've always been a rambler. Having had my eye on the Hebridean way, I'm setting off on the adventure. I'll be joined by the occasional pal, otherwise it's just me, Molly the collie, my kit and a few cameras to make an informal record of my journey. Come with me as I discover the sights and sounds of the Outer Hebrides. In my downtime as an actor, I like to get out of Glasgow and explore Scotland. I always get a genuine sense of excitement to escape the city and board a ferry sailing out of Oban towards Scotland's islands. I'm chuffed to be bringing my dog Molly with me. Given that she's just turned 1, she's now old enough to join me on a long-distance walk. Despite having family ties to the Inner Hebrides, I've never been to the Outer Hebrides, but it's a place I've longed to explore. My plan is to start on the southernmost island, Vatersay, and head north across 6 causeways and 10 islands, passing through the Uist, then across to Harris from Berneray, and once at the official end in Stornoway, continuing on to the Butt of Lewis, about 200 miles from my starting point. Over the course of the first few days walking, I'll head from Vatersay, through Barra, then across to Eriskay and reaching Holmore on South Uist, covering nearly 40 miles. All of a sudden, the Outer Hebrides just appeared through the haze, and if you look over now, that's Vatersay, where I start the walk in the morning, and it is breathtaking. It's unbelievable. I mean, just look at that. Look at that. I'm going to be down there in the morning. I've never been here in my life. This turn in the ferry into Castle Bay is something that I'll never forget. It'll live with me for a long time. This is incredible. Look at this. For some reason, I'd expected the 5-hour sailing to be a bit of a slog, but instead I found the experience invigorating. Arriving on Barra, I'm excited to get my walking boots out for my long ramble tomorrow. A small support team will monitor my progress and safety while capturing additional footage. They'll drive Molly and me to the start of the walk. I'm glad that Molly and I came down here to make this a start point. What a fantastic start point, you know. It actually begins at a kind of community centre, just a wee kilometre or so up that way, but I think this is, it's kind of breathtaking. The South Beach is a rare treat, but it's time to locate the actual start point of the way. It's quite something, isn't it, how, when you think how the landscape helps define who you are. You know, I grew up with 6 other human beings in a 2-bedroom tenement flat in Govan, and it has a bit of an impact on your cell. Imagine growing up in and about this. We're only on day 1. I'm not even officially on the walk. Look at this, look at this. As I approach the recognised starting point of the way, I'm taking a moment to visit a monument next to the West Beach. The monument to the Annie James. Let's see what we can read on here. On the 28th of September 1853, the ship Annie Jane, with immigrants from Liverpool to Quebec, were totally wrecked in this bay, and 3/4 of the crew and passengers, numbering about 350 men, women and children, were drowned and their bodies interred. It's quite a spot, isn't it? Whew. It's this cove here where it happened, and yet today, looking out there, it just looks sublime. The people of Vatersay have erected a lovely monument. But here we go. Let's get ourselves off ski onto the Hebridean way. So, there you go. That's me officially at the start of the Hebridean way. Hey. Now, 7 miles to knock off now. So I'll follow this round now to the causeway that will take me over to Barra. So that's 2.5 kilometres left on Vatersay. But I mean, look at that, just every corner you turn. Beautiful white sand beach with a lovely boat in the bay there. You know, you never know your luck. You just never know. I could come up here and the wind and the rain could be coming at me sideways, stripping 4 layers of skin off my puss. But instead, I've caught it like this, and you just need to go and hope, take the chance and hope that you get it like this. And hey, it's day one, plenty of days ahead, see what's in store. It's good to be on the way. Coming towards the end of Vatersay. There is Barra over there. I'm going to be crossing the first of quite a few causeways on this this adventure. I think it's you know, not including the ferry coming over or the ferry going home. It's 2 ferries. Let me get this right. 10 islands, 8 causeways and 2 ferries. So this is my first of, I think, 8 causeways that I'll be going over.
Of course I didn't get it right. This is my first of 6 causeways. I would have liked to have spent more time exploring the beauty of Vatersay, but I'm keen to see what Barra has in store. Straight off the bat, it has a 332 metre hill waiting on me. I'm looking forward to seeing back down to Vatersay and across Barra from a different perspective.
Oh, starting to feel a wee bit puffed out now. It just kind of comes straight up. There's a way marker there. I can see 1, 2, 3 still on the horizon there. But yeah, this hill clearly just kind of goes whoosh straight up. So we'll get up there, we'll get the trig point, get a wee bite to eat, a cup of tea, and then it's all downhill for the rest of the day. Whoop whoop. I've never had a first day in a walk where I have felt the kind of peace that usually comes later. So still out here, it feels like I'm the only person making any noise. Probably because I am. Right, we made it, as you can see there, over the cusp. We're coming down here, and just a hint of a beach you can make out up there. It's been not bad for a first day. It might be, in fact, a wee bit deceptively good.
Around 4 PM, heading towards the end of the first day, enjoying the peace and calm of the island, relishing in the vast beaches, I'm starting to notice that Molly, a natural hill dog, is looking a bit tired. Given her usual vigour, I can only imagine it's sensory overload with all the new sights and sounds and smells.
Hey Molly. Hey Molly. You had enough? Have you? I think you have. I think it's been a long first day for you, my darling. Come on. So, there is a beach. It's just over there where I'd originally planned to end this first day's walking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Molly here back to the very nice lady in the digs that I'm staying in, and Molly can sleep off her first day.
With 6 miles under my belt and Molly suitably taken care of, I'm venturing out in the twilight to explore the beach I'd seen earlier.
As you can probably tell, I'm in the last of the light, and I've got down to the water's edge, and I'm excited about tomorrow to get back on with the second day of the ramble, clock off a few more miles, and see the rest of what Barra has to offer. So by the end of tomorrow, that'll be 2 islands clocked off, and I think I'll just spend what's left of the light sitting here watching the colours change out there.
I don't think I've ever witnessed the kind of light on display off the west coast of Barra. What a delight to just take it all in while looking forward to the next day with my pal Lynn, who's also my dog walker and is keen to see how Molly is coping with the ramble.
Day 2, we're just up from where Molly and I called it a day yesterday, and I am with the giant that is Lynn McAdam. How are you feeling about it, Lynn?
Yes, I have to say I'm a wee bit nervous.
It's only 7 miles.
I know. I walk that on a daily basis, for God's sake.
Oh, aye. Well, because Lynn is Molly's dog walker. When I'm off, well, actually, when I did the Southern Upland Way, Molly was so wee that she had to go and stay with Lynn, and Lynn taught her
Everything she knows.
right. Should we duke off and visit this cairn? This is mad, pushing through the bracken. It's not great underfoot, but I think you can see this chambered cairn over there. Here comes Lynn, like the Lone Ranger.
I'm glad we diverted to see Dún Varpa. It was built around 3500 BC and is considered to be the best preserved chambered cairn in the Western Isles.
Looks, it's actually stunning, isn't it? How beautiful. Great views.
Yeah, they think it might have been a burial site or something.
Wow.
Good girl. They're geese.
All right. Woo! Oh.
We've got a wee section here on the road, tiniest wee section. Right, Molly, get us to the track. Whew. Well, this didn't look too much on the map, did it?
No, it did not.
But it feels like we've come a fair wee distance from the road.
Okay.
And ahead, it looks like we've got a wee bit to go.
Just when you think you're used to how impressive these islands are, they reveal yet another fantastic view.
Oh wow, that must be the airport down there.
It is indeed.
It's the only one in the UK, the only runway that's on a beach in the UK, and isn't it a stoker? Is that not incredible? And look at the colours in the water.
Do you know that way, sort of, if you're like looking at this at the beach down at it, sort of like I cannot recall anywhere else that's more beautiful.
Nope. I think that beach is called Trivor.
The friends I've invited to walk with me are only able to join for a day or so before getting back to their busy schedules. I'm taking the walk towards Ardmore at a saunter to stretch out the last wee bit of Lynn's company.
We're just arrived at the harbour, and we might as well walk as far as... Oh, Molly's just about had enough of today, I think. She's thinking that'll do. I think maybe she's saying, "You're pushing me too far. Get my agent on the phone." Or a wee bench. Should we call it a day here? I think that's the spot for us. Oh, look at that! Actually, that's nice, isn't it?
Gorgeous. Wow. Look, is that a wee sculpture?
I think it's a carving of two
Seals?
otters.
Two
I'd
otters,
say
is
they
it?
were otters. Like.
Yes, I think they are definitely. And a fish.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with them being otters. Aye. I'm going to. Aye, I would put money on it.
Is it their feet that gives it away?
I think it's the fact that they're not seals. And I'm coming back here in the morning to go to Hebridean.
Fabulous.
It was a treat to have laughed so much with Lynn on Barra, but after a short ferry ride, I'm glad to hit Hebridean, the island that's memorialised in Whisky Galore as the fictional island of Toddy.
Landed in Hebridean, straight away you're onto this astonishing beach. I'm loving watching Molly. Look at Molly come. What's this? What's this, eh? What's this? And then the water comes in. Watch this when the water comes in. Oh no, oh no. Just before I get off this beach, I want to show you this. Can you see how unbelievably clear that water is? Look. And it goes out into the turquoise there. I mean, look. Never ever been in these islands before, but I'll tell you this, I'll be back. It's a place of serenity, it really is a place of serenity. I could just sit on this beach all day. Unfortunately, well not unfortunately, but I've got 15 miles to batter on through, so I'll not mess around. Right, here we are at the Am Politician pub, named after the actual wreckage that Whiskey Galore's based on. And there is, look, I'm handling a bottle from the SS Politician.
Whiskey Galore is based on the true story of the SS Politician running aground near Eriskay with a huge cargo of amber nectar and the locals who rode over to loot it.
So yeah, quite incredible to hold that in my horn. I'm just going to put it down because I'm very scared I'll drop it, and how amazing. Right, Molly, lead the way to St Michael's Church. Look at that, the curvature, eh? Apparently the priest had based the design on something he'd seen in Spain. Oh, and look, there's the causeway over to Eust, where I'll be getting on ahead today up to Flora MacDonald's birthplace, the famous Flora MacDonald who got Bonnie Prince Charlie over the sea to Skye. Right, Molly, you stay here. Okay, let's go and have a look inside the chapel. Let's go up to the choir bit first. Have a look down from up here, just to get a, wow. Oh, it's quite the place. And see there, you can see that the altar is a front of a lifeboat there. Imagine living in Eriskay and having this place to come to just sit and be alone with your thoughts, be at peace with yourself, or not be at peace with yourself, but try and move towards that. Well, I'm practically done with Eriskay. I'm just walking down this road and it'll take me to the causeway that I saw from the chapel up there. And only a few kilometres really there on this island. And I'll be over the causeway and onto South Eust. It wasn't me that stuck the googly eye on it. Otters crossing, I tell you what, I hope so. I'd love to get a swatch of some otters, I really would. Right, that's Molly and I over the causeway, which I didn't film much, it's not a great path there. And I've got about 20 kilometres yet to tick off. I've enjoyed this morning, wee stop starts, fair wee bit on road here. Then I get onto kind of track by the beach, so I'm going to push on and a wee bit heads down into them. Oh, Molly, watch, who's this pulling up?
What are you doing? You lost?
No, I'm walking the Hebridean way.
Oh, you do a lot of walking.
Hi, with a dog. This is Molly.
Hello, Molly.
What's your name?
My name's Shona.
What's your name? I'm Ian, pleased to meet you.
Nice to see you. I can't believe him.
So, did I see you yesterday?
No, yeah, just come on, show.
I was waving at an ambulance the other day.
The rest of you are miserable.
Oh, it would only be you. Ah, well, there you are.
Wow.
Aye, so I'm looking forward to getting off this road though and onto the west bit.
Absolutely fine.
Right.
Can I get a photo of you?
Aye. Ach, island life, eh? Who cares? We're holding them all up.
Which city actor?
Keep giving it up.
Yes, I've never seen. You've not dropped. That's a classic. Did the Lord. You've made my day, my week, my year.
You've made mine.
Oh my God.
Right, well, hopefully I won't need yous.
Then I must.
See yous later. Take care. Come on, Molly, off the road. Well, that was nice to get a hello from Shona from the ambulance service there. Who likes the other show that I do. But hopefully she'll tune into this one. Looks seeing as she might be in it. a kind of a paradise. And it's an official long distance walk in the country of Scotland. Would you credit it? I've got about 2 or 3 kilometres of this. What a way to end a day's walking along the ocean and just you and your dog.
With 23 miles under my belt, I'm nearing Flora MacDonald's monument. I've often felt that she's been sidelined as a bit part player in the story of the Pretender Prince and his Jacobite cause. To me, she's arguably the more interesting historical figure.
This is her birthplace, so let's see what's said here. Clan Donald raised this cairn of remembrance to their kinswoman Flora MacDonald, daughter of Ranald, son of Angus of Milton, South Uist. She was born in 1722 near this place and spent her early life in the house that stood on this foundation. When pursuit was drawing near to the prince in the Long Island, she greatly aided him by her heroism and endurance to gain shelter in the Isle of Skye. Day 3, I still feel that peace, I still feel that love, but I physically felt it today, physically felt it. It's a joyous walk, but like any walk that is long distance, it's not the kid on. It's the real deal, you know. So, on yourself, Flora. I'll come back and see you another time.
Setting off on the 7.5 miles towards Homeower, I'm breaking out my pack raft to take advantage of the decent weather.
Finally, got it inflated. So now, I'm going to get it out there. Paddle a foot. It's a nice wee diversion, isn't it? Molly! It's a Molly! Woo! Floating in that water out there. It just brought a kind of wave of peace over me again, just at times when I just stopped and just bobbed on the water. And I think that's words that are going to come up again and again on this walk. Peace, serenity, tranquil. It keeps, these feelings keep coming at me.
I'm calm and reflective after splashing in the pack raft. But given that it's almost lunchtime, I'd better push on to Homeower.
I'm walking up to the remains of the castle here. In the old Gaelic in the map, it looks like Castile, but it says Castile Ormacleet, or Castle Ormacleet. It seems like it was for Clan Ranald in the very early 1700s. He'd got himself a new wife, and she didn't like the ancestral home, so he had this built with French masons. It was all bells and whistles, and he even had a bard. Then he got drawn into some big battle, and apparently he died, and on the same day the castle burnt down. I mean, it's been standing there, I just checked, since 1708, which is over 300 years. And to think that at one point when this was built, it was all fancy and snazzy. And there you go, look at it now.
While having a deek round the castle ruins, I get chatting with local crofter Alistair McCaskill.
Well, I was reading that it's 60% of the population of the island speak Gaelic. Well, that's what I read.
Used to be.
Right.
Easy. 80%. But see, there's a lot of incomers.
Aye.
You know, they don't speak Gaelic, and then youngsters now in school. It's not spoken in school.
I was wondering what that does to the housing market up here. If there's incomers building fancy big houses, and then you've got young people growing up in the islands wanting to buy their first house, and is it putting the market through the roof?
It is. It's taking youngsters away from here.
Aye.
Because there's only so many jobs that you can get at 50, 60 grand a year. Yeah, yes?
Yes, I can see that being the deal.
The only other job is the box standard £10 an hour job.
Pretty hefty stuff from Alistair there. The housing market up here clearly needs looked at. It was quite funny, Alistair, when I left. He said in that shed there, There's a combine harvester as old as yourself. I said, oh aye, how old is it then? He said, it's from 1966. I said, oh wait a minute here, I was only born in 81. We're not very far now from Homer. It's not very far at all. And it's nice and mild. I'm in my t-shirt now. There's a church about there. And that's where I'm gonna stop. It's been a lovely day and the track is lovely here. Look at this. Molly likes it. You know, this sandy track. For quite a lot of today it's been like this. There we are. Here is where today shall end. And I tell you, pretty soon I'll be off of South Uist, so that'll have been Vatersay, Barra, Eriskay, South Uist. 4 islands out of the 10 that I'm going to tackle. And I feel like I could have spent a week in every single one of them, hanging about, absorbing this, I hate to sound hippy-dippy, but absorbing the great energy that I'm feeling on these islands. Can you hear this? Like, Molly, stop. It's like a tubular noise. You hear that? There it is up there. Listen. Can you hear that? I think that they're snipes. And that's their courtship call. I heard it this morning. I was outside the digs having a cup of tea, and that noise was going on. I'm going to go back down here and just look at this church again, because I think it's quite extraordinary that if I stand here and look up, the church has a halo. If that's not a sign, I don't know what is. Right, up the road. Okay, Hebridean way. You're showing me your true colours now. I'm at the worst camping spot in Scotland.
It's quite like Hawaii.